My name is Terry Kirby Hathaway. I'm the Marine Education Specialist for North Carolina Sea Grant. I've lived out here on the Outer Banks for over 30 years and been beachcombing all that time. Such a wonderful place to beachcomb in all seasons of the year because you never know what's going to wash up. One thing that you find every day out here are oyster shells. What's really interesting is these oyster shells are probably at least 12 to 15,000 years old. They're fossils and people don't even realize it. You'll see baby's ears, which looks just like a tiny little baby's ear. We find moon snails or shark eyes. A lot of times you may find other kinds of bivalve mollusks or ones with two shells that have a perfectly round hole drilled in the shell. And it is a drilled hole, and it was drilled by a moon snail because they are voracious predators. And they drill with their tongue, which is covered with teeth. It's called a radula. And they can drill through the shell and get in and eat the animal. You can also find whelks. A lot of people refer to them as conchs, but conch is a Greek word for shell. We do not have true conchs in North Carolina. That's further south, down in Florida and the Caribbean. We have whelks, and we have 3 different species up here on the Outer Banks. We have a left-handed whelk, we have 2 right-handed whelks. So it coils to the right or coils to the left. 2 different animals, both whelks, but the one that curves to the left is called a lightning whelk. The one that opens on the right, this one, is a knobbed whelk. And you can see the knobs on it. Then we have another one that opens on the right. Both of these, but if you look at the top, this one has knobs, the knobbed whelk. This one has a channel around the top. So that's the channeled whelk. But one of the favorites that is very rare to find here, and it's a real treasure if you find one, is a Scotch bonnet, which is North Carolina's state seashell. Another thing you may see are egg cases for some of the animals that live offshore. The whelks that I mentioned lay their eggs in long strings of capsules. In each capsule is 25 to 50 little miniature whelks. We also find skate egg cases, which are also called devil's pocketbooks or mermaid's purses, the little black pouches. The best place to find all these shells is right at the water's edge. The time to go for shelling or beachcombing, looking for beach class anything, is about 2 hours before and after low tide.
My name is Dana Thomason, and I work at the NC Aquarium on Roanoke Island. I'm actually part of the Education Department in Special Activities, and we oftentimes will find lots of sea turtles stranded here at the beach. It is cold sun season, so we're going to have turtles that are what we'd like to call hypothermic. Their body temperatures have gone below a certain point. When beachcombers come, they might see sea turtles stranded. They actually want to contact NEST. So NEST is actually a Network for Endangered Sea Turtles nonprofit organization that we actually work very closely with our Star Center. So that's where we have a really cool area at the aquarium, and they are volunteers that are trained through the Wildlife Resource Commission, and they'll actually contact Star Center and get things ready for an intake. We'll often find other larger animals, particularly marine mammals such as dolphins, whales, occasionally seals. You would actually contact the Marine Mammal Stranding Network. So that's another number that they would need to call. Another species you might find here in the Outer Banks, we have other types of birds that are here on our shores. They're resting, this is their natural behavior. So when beachcombers come to the beach, we actually would prefer all of our guests to kind of give them their space for the protection of those animals and respecting them as they're here on the beach.